What's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to AG Speaks. If you are a returning member of the channel, I appreciate you for coming back and checking me out once again. If you are a new member, I appreciate you for checking me out, clicking the video, giving me a chance, you know what I'm saying? On this video right here, we're going to be talking about how good ideas are formed. Now, it's a lot of people that feel like they can't come up with nothing in life. They feel like they don't have any good ideas. They don't have any type of thought process that could benefit them in the future. They feel like they don't have any talents or gifts or anything like that. They don't know what they want to do. They feel like they just have no idea. They just don't know where to start. They can't come up with any good ideas. They feel like they don't know anything. You know, it's a lot of people who feel like they just stuck at the starting point because they just can't come up with anything. So as far as coming up with good ideas, it's a lot of different ways you could think about it. And to be honest, a lot of the greatest ideas in life, I feel like, come out of random situations or sometimes out of the clear blue sky. A lot of times there's not a lot of thought being put into good ideas, but it's a few different things that if you could kind of change, or if you could start pointing your intentions and mindset towards this direction, you could start coming up with different ideas. And I'm here to explain those things to you today. One of the ways I would tell you to start forming good ideas, or to put yourself in position to come across good ideas, is to start, well, firstly, what I would say is try to identify what you're good at. Try to identify your strong points. And I don't want to hear that you're not good at anything, because everybody's good at something. You have to figure out exactly what it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's an everyday thing. You can make money off of anything if you really put your mind to it. So some people say they're not good at something, but I've had people who've told me they're not good at something make me some of the best food I ever had. They should start a food truck, or they should start a restaurant, or they should do something of that sort, or they could do carry out from their house, or however you want to do it. That person should be cooking, because when they made me food, it was food that I feel like I would have bought from a restaurant. So I feel like they should have been a cook. So find out what your strong point is. It doesn't matter what it is. You can monetize almost anything, but you have to figure out what you're good at. That's the first step, figuring out what you're good at. The second step is start paying attention to people who are doing what it is you want to do. Start paying attention to the people who are in that field of the thing that you say that you're good at, or you have found out that you're really good at. So when you can start looking at other people that's doing what you're doing, it'll put you in the right, it'll put you in the right space, the right headspace, to at least be thinking in the right way, because now you're looking at other people and you could kind of pull away from what they're doing. You can kind of see exactly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can start getting different type of ideas and different type of insight based off what they're doing. You got to start watching people who are in the field that you're in. You have to start watching people who are doing the things that you're doing. And another thing is start paying attention to the things around you. Start paying attention to life, because life has a weird way of reflecting your thoughts back to you. Life has a very weird way of reflecting your thoughts back to you. Like, you ever thought about like a car that you really wanted, or you might have just thought about a car that you're about to get, and then all of a sudden when you're on the road now, you be like, oh, that's my car right there. Oh, that's my car. I'm about to get that car. Like, you ever had that happen to you? Once you see something that you really ain't pay attention to, now it's in your face. And that's not to say that the car wasn't always there, but now that it's in your brain subconsciously, now the world has a way of showing you and bringing it to your eyes. Like, you're starting to see it. You're starting to really see this same car all the time. After you thought about the fact that you wanted the car, now you're starting to see the car all the time. That's why I tell you, identify what you're good at. Start paying attention to the people who are in your field, because it'll start to give you different ideas on what you want to do. It'll start to, like, that thought and what you want to be will start to revolve itself around you in different type of ways. It'll start to revolve itself around you in other type of ways. So those two things so far, identifying what you're good at and paying attention to the people who are in that field that you say that you are good at, those are the two main things. Not the two main things, but those are the two first things I want to tell y'all. Another thing I want to tell y'all is, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry, I need some water. Another thing is studying that field, or watching somebody doing what you want to do before or after sleep. Doing it in a relaxed mind state is a very important thing. Like, always remember to put that image of what you want to do in your mind. Whether you got to watch videos on it, whether you got to look it up online, always put it in your head. And this is where the law of attraction comes in. Where when you put something in your mind so many times, it'll start to be programmed in it. to where once you start to identify it, like your brain is like a computer. Your eyes project with the computer in your eyes project with the computer in your head is computing. So when you go out into the world and you look at things and you see it from a broad view, because right now if you look ahead of you right now, you're gonna see a million different things. Your eyes are gonna detect a million different things, but that doesn't mean it's auto focused on it. That doesn't mean that you can see everything. Look at your eyes like cameras. You could see a whole frame, but it's not focused on literally everything in the frame. Cameras just don't work like that. Our eyes don't work like that. So when you look out into the world, you might have something in your vicinity that's going to reflect a brighter future for yourself, meaning like a good idea. But if your eyes aren't focused on it, you can see it in your vision, but you're not going to give it any mind. You're not going to consciously think about the fact that it's in your face. So that's why I say you got to start programming your brain to see what you want to see. So when you go out into the world and you do have the signs, you do see the ideas, you don't just walk past it and miss it, because you can miss your ideas too. You know what I'm saying? You could really miss that. So you got to program your brain before and after sleep. You got to program your brain when it's in its most comfortable state, which is usually after sleep, not before sleep, but usually after sleep is when you can do it. But program your mind with these type of things, and don't be oblivious. That's another thing. Do not be oblivious to signs either. Don't think of everything like it's just a coincidence. Everything is not just a coincidence. Start looking at things like signs as well, because once you start looking at things as signs, you can start using it to your advantage. Everything is not a coincidence. If you've been thinking about something for a while, then you go somewhere and then you see a flyer talking about that exact same thing, and then on top of that, it's giving everybody an opportunity to come out and showcase their talent. You should be a part of that. Don't look at it like, oh, that's cool, I was thinking about. No, go do it. Like, go and actually put yourself in position to do the things that you say you want to do. When you take certain opportunities, you can meet certain people who can actually tell you good ideas. Start talking to the right people too. People will tell you good ideas, especially when you start taking opportunities that's really presented to you and you stop being scared to do what you got to do to make it. When you stop being scared to flourish and you stop being scared to try something different and put yourself out there, because that's another thing. Fear takes a lot of things from people, including their potential. And don't be scared to let people criticize what you do, because that's what you do it for. You do it for criticism. You do it to get better. You do it to become the best. I hope that's why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You do it to make a living. You do it to try to make something out of yourself. So criticism is not always a bad thing, especially when it's coming from a place of generosity or genuineness. I don't know the word, one of the words, but don't be scared of that either. And it'll open your brain up to other ideas as well. Also take into account what people say. Listen to what people say. Listen to people's opinions about what you got going on. Listen to how people feel about what you do. Because once you can do that and people start saying, oh, I don't like this, or I do like this, or I don't like this, or I do like this, now you can start looking at it like, okay, they don't like this. Well, maybe if I do it like this, that's an idea. Oh, I like this. Well, maybe I can make it better if I do this. That's an idea. So listen to people's opinions as well. That's a big part of having good ideas being formed in your brain. So there was the main things I really have for y'all today. I hope you gained some type of value from that. I hope you like this video. Also, if you have anything you want to talk about, you want me to talk about, any questions you might have, anything like that, it doesn't matter what it is, you can comment down below. I appreciate y'all for watching me. And other than that, I'm gone.